All right. Thanks, hon. Okay, so I'm thankful to him because I know there were a couple little ones here and that he can take them down, but I did want some kids to be here this morning because, well, you'll see later on. But I hope everyone enjoyed being downstairs this morning. I have been looking forward to that and planning that and didn't want to tell anyone what I was doing, so I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you. Everything will still be down there. The lady, Jessica, who's doing the photo booth, and by the way, if you like what she's doing, her card is down there. But she'll be here until 11:30. So if you didn't get a chance to get pictures or you want to do more, there's still food, there's still mimosas down there. Please feel free to go down there after service and enjoy yourself as well. So I have to brag on, and I think she's still here, Annie, this morning. I got a special gift yesterday. And it just touched, it meant a lot to me. And you ladies, you understand, and you know because I've shared before. But it's kind of hard to see, but she had this flower arrangement delivered to my house yesterday. And this is the note that was written on it. I hope she doesn't mind. I am thrilled to have you as my future mother-in-law. And I look forward to making many memories with you in the years to come. Love, Annie. So, thank you, Annie, for making my day. Brent and Annie are getting married in October, if you all didn't know that, so we're looking forward to that. As you all know, Jeff and I go away for our anniversary every year. We go to the same place, to Florida, to our friend's house. And I just want you to know, as I do every year, I'm like, what am I going to say this year for Mother's Day? What am I going to do? And it just so happened, things down there happened to give me an idea for what I wanted to say today. So I had so many conversations and conversations that I think all of us as moms can relate to. So let me tell you about one. This is about my friend Rosanna. Many of you have met Rosanna. Some of you saw her in the play. She was the first act when she came out and went off in Spanish to Brent. Rosanna she's beautiful on the outside and she is beautiful on the inside. And she was sharing with me how she takes a lot from people. Like it's hard to imagine anyone saying anything bad about Rosanna, but she said there have been people who have said bad things to me and negative things, and I just kind of let them go. I don't say anything. I'm not confrontational. I don't want to, get involved with any of that. And that's the way she has been, and that's her personality. She's quiet. She's shy. Until she had her son. And then she told me, she said, I'm still that way about myself. If somebody says something about me, who cares? But you better watch out. You say something about her son, she's going to come at you, and she changes personalities completely. And so how many moms can relate? You say something about my kids, and watch out, yeah. Another night, I was sitting around the table talking to some moms. I was the only American in the sense that I was born in the U.S. The other ladies were all from Argentina and Puerto Rico. As I've been able to be around these Latino women in the past several years, I know that they are passionate about life and they are passionate about their families. One of the moms had a son, but all the other moms had daughters. And so we started talking about our kids. We started talking about tracking them, okay? Is there any mom here that will admit to tracking their children? Okay. If I remember correctly, and I'm not going to mention her name because she's here, but I remember one mom, remember when we had Yahoo instant messages or something like that? I don't know. There you go. She did. She could see her kids' conversations, and yeah. But anyway, we started talking about that as moms. This one mom in particular, her daughter is in college, and she's doing the online dating thing. I can't imagine having, and I know, son, daughter, there's issues with both, but having a daughter doing online dating in this day and age, but some beautiful relationships have come out of it. But someone in college and just starting out, I don't know, that just kind of scares me a little bit. So she was saying, I track them, because who knows who they're going to meet or whatever. And the daughter was actually sitting there, and she kind of laughed and she rolled her eyes. But you know what? In the end, she said, actually, I really do appreciate it, because what if something did happen? I know that they're watching out for me. So another night, Jeff and I were hanging out one night with Jeff and Rosanna. And as often is the case, Jeff Walters picked some random show for us to watch. It happened to be a new series called Billy the Kid, which is on Epic. I don't know if any of you have seen the previews or anything of it. So he puts on this show. We watched 3 episodes. And although I'm sure Hollywood added so much to the story, the first 3 episodes had a huge focus on the relationship between Billy and his mom. However, what struck me the most is that it did not just focus on the mom's love for Billy, but about his fierce love for his mom and how he protected her and watched over her. So this brings me today. What I really want to do is actually talk to the kids today. There might be little kids here, younger kids. There might be teenagers, young adults, college age. There might be grown adult kids here today. So that's kind of who I want to talk to. And my title is How to Be Nicer to Your Mom. Okay, I think that's hilarious. So I found some things when I researched and discovered that a lot of these, now listen, I know Jeff has said this when he speaks, but some of these things are so simple. I mean, I think this was trying to relate to kids. But I felt like as I looked through these steps and principles, I thought, wow, this could be applied in any relationship, whether it's with your mom, whether it's with a coworker, with your spouse, with your friend. I feel like it can apply. So I'm going to try to be quick today, but so here we go. Here's some things that I thought or discovered how to be nicer to your mom. Number 1 is be open and communicate. Okay, now remember, these can be applied, I feel like, across the board. So if you're here today, you're not a mom, you don't have a mom, or whatever may be the case, I hope you can pull something out and maybe apply it to your personal life. Speak honestly about any issues that you might have. If you feel like any problems are making you harbor resentment towards your mom, make an effort to clear the air. Try to find a time when you're both available to talk so that you can have a conversation without distractions. Be straightforward when addressing her. She might be completely unaware of how you are feeling, and that tends to be the case in any relationship that we're trying to communicate with and talk to. Oftentimes the other person has no idea that we are feeling that way. Do not make harmful assumptions. This is really tough. This can be applied across the board. It can be easy to jump to negative conclusions without knowing the full story. Avoid making rash judgments about your mom's thoughts or intention. Instead, again, just talk to your mom. Figure out what's going on. What's the full story? What's the backstory here? And then resolve it. Sorry, I just saw that, Lynell. Okay. Try to view situations from her perspective. All right, this is tough. And for moms, even, or for us to do this with our children as well. Take a step back from any argument or conflict and envision the scenario from your mom's point of view. When you put yourself in your mom's shoes, you can view the situation without needing to say anything hurtful and being a little bit more sympathetic. So for example, if your mom gets upset with you for breaking curfew, speaking to some of our younger people here, take a moment to think about her current thoughts and feelings before snapping back at her. Realistically, she was likely worried that something had happened to you when you did not come home on time. So I have to share a little story about me and Brock, because this happens time and time again with my boys. when they are out, and I will text, and I get nothing. Any moms can relate? Nothing. And it does. You start to worry, and you think, and I do admit we do have, I think, Find My Friends with our boys. And so one night I tried to explain to Brock. I was like, Brock, can I just explain something to you? And he was, I think, also mad that we used Find My Friends with him. He doesn't like that at all. But I said, can I just explain to you? When I look at that Find My Friends and I see that you are at 123 Hollywood Drive or 1859 Guildhall Road or in McMurray, PA, when I see those addresses, I know where you are, I know you're good, and I can go to sleep. If I don't know where you are and you haven't contacted me, then I go to Find My Friends, and then I know, and I can sleep. Okay, how many moms can relate to this? Do you think the dads are worried at all about this? No. Jeff is snoring away. He has no idea that our boys are still out. He could care less. Yeah, I see, yeah. But I feel like when Brock heard me explain that way, and I said, Brock, it's just comfort. It just, if you don't text me, for me to be able to look at that and see where you're at, it just gives me a sense of peace. I can be calm and I can go to sleep. Okay, this is a good one. Acknowledge that you both won't agree on everything. Remind your mom that you both have different opinions and viewpoints and will likely disagree on these issues indefinitely. Instead of turning these topics into arguments, take a moment to address your differences. When you make an effort to agree to disagree, you're preserving respect in your relationships. For instance, if you and your mom, and I know that's the case in a lot of our lives, have different political views, acknowledge that you both might never find political ground, okay? To keep conversations peaceful, maybe there are topics that are going to have to be off limits around your table just so that they don't turn into arguments. I know I have to kind of do that a little bit with my dad and my brother because of how different we believe, and that sometimes we know we can't go certain places because I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue with my dad, and I just want to respect him, so I keep that off the table. Pay attention to your mom when she speaks to you. And I think this can go the other way as well because we have so many distractions today, especially these phones. And in looking at this, okay, let me read what it's, first of all. Don't ignore your mom when she's trying to have a meaningful conversation. It's easier sometimes to tune her out, but you're actually telling your mom by doing that her time and presence are not valuable to you. Instead, make an effort to set aside what you're doing and make eye contact with her and have a conversation with her. Again, do you understand how this can apply to anybody and everybody? Jeff and I, a couple times now, we've been out to dinner, and I try to put my phone away, but he tends to have his phone. And I always get on to him about it. I said, Jeff, put the phone away. This is our time. Me and you, we're going to have a conversation. And I have found too with my boys, it just seems like they tend to do this at the time when I am trying to get something done. That's when they want to come and talk to me about something. But I have to make an effort. Okay, Michelle, this is not important right now. Set it down, set it aside, and focus in on your kids and listen to what they are saying to you. And I think kids, for the same thing, there's a lot of distractions, but when someone is trying to talk to you, put away the distraction, look them in the eyes, and try to listen and pay attention. Develop kind habits. Okay, this is part 2. Develop kind habits. Compliment to your mom. Take time out of your day to remind your mom about what makes her special. If you want, you can do a compliment on her physical, the way she looks, the way she styles her hair, or you can say something more about her character. I have to say that my boys are really good at this. When I come down and I'm ready to go out or to do something, they'll compliment me on the way I'm dressed or how my hair looks, and I really appreciate that. Sometimes I feel like that means more to me than even Jeff saying something. So I think it's important to compliment to compliment your mom. And then also, again, I say this to our ladies all the time, that we need to be complimenting each other. It just means something when we get a compliment from another woman on how we look, how we're dressed. It doesn't matter. Maybe we did something and they notice and they compliment on us. I just feel like that is such an important thing and so meaningful. So compliment. Number 2, thank your mom for what she does for you. Whenever you get the chance, tell your mom how much you appreciate what she does for you. Express gratitude for whatever your mom does around the home to make things run a little bit smoother, even if it's just a simple, spontaneous thank you. How many know that a thank you goes a long way? Doesn't matter who it's to, your mom, a coworker, someone who did something special for you. Just saying thank you can mean a lot. Take some time to ask your mom about her day. I'm not sure how often this really happens with kids and their moms, but maybe take some time and ask her how her day went. Help your mom out. The next one is help your mom out with daily chores. How many kids here have chores? I know there's a couple little younger ones in the back. Or do you help your mom? I know the dominant kids are really good about cleaning up and cooking and all of that stuff. You boys here? Yeah? Do you help your mom out? Good. Oh, don't be a bystander while your mom does work around your home. I get after my boys all the time about this. Dishes left in the sink is my probably biggest pet peeve, especially when the dishwasher is empty. I just don't get it, never will, and it's so frustrating. But help your mom out with stuff around the house. Okay, the last one, I'm sure every mom is going to love this. Give her gifts. Moms love gifts. I think most women like gifts. Maybe you can bake or cook for your mom. I know that Dale and all the kids are cooking for Tracy today, right? Yes. So that's something special. You can cook, you bake, spend time doing a project together. One thing that I have discovered that my boys and I do, although there is communication taking place, is we like to watch shows together. Brock and I always watch Survivor together. Survivor and the singing shows we all liked. Of course, now he has a girlfriend, so I don't get that time that often with him. No, I'm just kidding, Brock. But that seems to be a thing that brings us together. Me, Brent, and Brock is just sitting when everyone gets home. Sometimes Brent doesn't get home until 10:30. We'll say, let's throw on a show, and we're all together in the living room and watch the show together. So these are all simple things, but trust me, to all of us out there, it never hurts to be nicer to your mom, or really to be nice to anybody, right? I feel like we all need to be nicer in this world. And when mom is happy, everyone is happy. It never hurts to be nicer to your spouse, to your coworker, to your neighbor, or to even a stranger. For the moms who are represented here today, can you all raise your hands? All my moms out there. All the women out there, maybe you didn't have children of your own, but you're still moms to us, okay? I just want to give you credit right there. I commend you on your hard work. Keep it up. Don't give up, Michelle. God sees you all. He is right by your side, and He's there through it all. I hope you have enjoyed the few small gifts that I gave you downstairs, but I hope that your family continues to spoil you all day long today. Going back to that Billy the Kid show, in all 3 episodes we watched, there were scenes when Billy and his mom, they grab hands and they hold on to each other for dear life, it seems. So I would like today in closing for us all to stand. And if you are by your mom today, you are so lucky. I would give anything to have my mom here with me today, and I know that all those ladies and guys who sent me pictures and they're represented on that board, I know they agree with me. They would really rather have their mom be here today with them as well. So be thankful and appreciate that you have your mom with you. Brent and Brock, would you like to join me up here? And Annie, you too. Come on down. I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. So if you're here with your mom today, I would like for you to take her hand. I know for some of the teenagers it may be awkward, but we're in church today. You're with family. No one's going to make fun of you. But I just want you to gather around her today and take her hand. If you're here with a friend today, take their hand. If you're here with your spouse, take their hand. I want to say a prayer for all of us. And speaking of prayer, moms, it's always a good thing to bring your kids' names before the Father. And kids, it's always a good thing to pray for your parents. They need it. Kids and adults alike, we are all going through something, and we need each other, and we need to keep each other in prayer. Don't you agree? So let me say a prayer for all of us today. God, thank you. Thank you so much for this time that I've had with my family, for the people who are here today, for the beautiful women who are here today, for my future daughter-in-law that I can brag on today. I just thank you. What a privilege to celebrate this day with everyone here. And God, I just pray for our families. I pray for our parents, our moms, who are out there doing the best that they can, who need you, who need your wisdom every day, God. So I pray for that for them, for strength, to encouragement, to not give up, to keep going, that they are doing a great thing in raising children. God, I pray for the kids represented here, whether they are young, teenagers, college, young adult children. Every one of us, we all have issues. We all have things that we're going through that only you know about. And so, God, I pray for each one of them, that you would touch them, that you would just reach out and give them a hug and let them know that you are also with them, standing by their side, taking them through every situation that they go through, God. Thank you. Thank you for the women. Thank you for their loving, their nurturing care, God. And I know some people, unfortunately, did not have a great mom. And so I pray for those people as well, God. I pray, and I just pray and hope and know that you gave them stand-in moms in place and that they had someone to bless their life. I pray for them too, God. So thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the sun is shining. I pray all of us would just go out and enjoy the rest of the time. Thank you for our kids. Thank you for our moms. Thanks for our dads, our friends. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.